What's going on, everybody? My name is Alka, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over another viewer VOD review. If you want your VODs to be reviewed by me for free, join the Discord server down below. Anyways, that being said, going into it, this is a part 2 to my last coaching video, which is part 1. So if you haven't watched part 1, go ahead and watch that right now, and then come back to this video. But essentially, this is a competitive player. I used to actually be on a team with this guy, so he's actually around my skill level. So if you're an advanced player, this is pretty good for you to watch. But if you're new to the game as well, it's probably still useful for you to watch this video. That being said, let's just get straight into the video. Sorry if I'm stuttering so much. I just drank a Monster, so I'm like fucking energized. Sorry. Okay, so we're starting off on Kitchen. He's playing Cade. It's not going too well so far. If you watched part 1, you know that it's kind of a team diff. 2 to 4. Let's go ahead and skip to the actual action phase. I've already talked about all of his prep phase mistakes last part. You're not doing anything right now. I would get on cams. You have a guy that was in bakery, so you know no one's going to come bakery. So I would just get on cameras. I say that, but he just went top red, so never mind. Y'all teammates need to go downstairs. Your Malusi needs to be downstairs right now. A minute and a half is already gone in the round, or a little bit less than that. So that's half the round, right? If half the round has gone by and you're still third floor, there's an issue. That means they're probably just skipping over you, and they're doing a top down already and pressuring your other teammates. You only have one guy on site, so if they were to take bakery, you're kind of fucked. This guy needs to rotate down. And he died for it, right? Exactly what I thought would have happened. Now it's a 3v5. Your teammates need to be on site with you right now. And they're fucking dying. What's going on?
You have to get aggressive.
He's right. You do have to get aggressive. And a 2v5 is when they have that much time left. They can easily walk in and flood the site. What you need to do if you're ever down this much in man count is you need to isolate 1v1s and get extremely aggressive. Especially on defense, because once they get vert, once they attack you from all these different angles and you're stuck because they have so many angles on you, you're kind of fucked. So you have to get very, very aggressive and, you know, get man count evened out. You're just swinging the store. That's pretty good. They're playing vert now. I would either C4 or try to contest the vert. You're C4ing, good. And it's a fucking kill. Good shit, good shit. That's exactly what you needed to do. So, I will say, the position you're in is super easily contestable from vert from the other objective. I do it all the time, and you just got shown that it's easily happened because you just got shot by it. So, now you know, once they have vert, don't play in coffee. That's what I call that, by the way, is coffee. It's also called dishes. I don't know what you call it. You hear them getting wall. So, I like this position right here behind the wall because you need to be aggressive and get picks. The hatch is open. That's the only thing that I would worry about. But, you know, like I said, if you sit here, you're probably guaranteed to get a free kill if they either A, don't drone you, or B, if they get overconfident and try to walk in. You can get a free kill here. I would also, since they probably are going to drone you, once you hear them get on your drone, I would swing out and then get the free kill and then back up. Not only because it's probably a free kill due to them droning you, but also you need to get out of there because the hatch is open. So I would get in there, get a free kill, and leave as soon as possible. But I like this position. This is a good aggressive position. Okay, they have vert on you, so good on you backing up. You shot at them so they know you're in dishes. This is a terrible position to be in.
Yeah, I got one round.
But, you know, you don't really have many options. This is where I would swing. Yeah. So right there, you were kind of indecisive. You either have the option of A, hiding in a corner and waiting for them to come in, you know, trigger discipline, or B, you have the option of swinging a wall and getting a free kill, and then that makes it to where the other people that are coming down are 1v1ing you instead of you in a 3v1, right? Because you had 2 guys walking the wall and 1 guy in the hatch. That's unwinnable for anybody. But if you were to have swung earlier, or you were to have played more aggressively and isolated those 1v1s that they would have given you, you might have been able to win that. So having the decisiveness to either play passively and let them all line up for you, or be able to swing and be able to get those picks is what's like really fucking you. You're not being decisive, right? So last time we talked about having a strong IGL, it was more of a team-based video. This is like more of an individual-based video. I'm really gonna just like focus in on you as a player, as a support player. I'm not gonna try to like roast you or anything, but like decisiveness first is the one thing that I'm noticing you're not like strong in your decisions. You have the game sense, you know what to do, right? The position you were in, that aggressive position, was a really good position, but you don't have the confidence in yourself as a player to stick to your guns and stick to what you need to do, right? And that probably comes from, you know, lack of certain areas. Like if you don't have good gun skill, you're naturally going to play less aggressive and be less confident in yourself. So like the first thing, I would just If you have a plan, fucking stick with it. Don't back out. Have the confidence to just follow through with what you're able to do, even if you don't have the best gun skill. You know what I mean? So that's problem number 1. But then again, like, you were in a 4v2. Wasn't much you could do there. I'm not trying to, like, roast you, but I'm just trying to find fault in anything that I can, because, you know, I'm coaching you. Let's see, y'all are going kitchen again. Okay, so what I would recommend is they're seeming to really be focusing that roam clear. Something that you can do with kitchen specifically is you can let them have vert, right? Because there's 2 places that you can go where they can't get vert on you, which is bakery and whiskey. They can't get vert on any of those places. And because you're able to extend horizontally in those places, if they get vert on site and none of y'all are in sight, you're stacked in bakery, you're stacked in whiskey, they can't do anything, right? So their vert's useless because eventually they do have to come downstairs to clear you out, right? So you can let them have vert, and then once there's 30 seconds or a minute left in the round and they all come downstairs, that vert is useless and you can just flood back into sight and hold the site, right? So kitchen is actually one of those sites where you don't need to hold vert and you don't need to roam as much, contrary to what you might think and contrary to common sense and common game sense you've had in Siege. So that's just something I would recommend. Maybe try holding bakery more and try holding whiskey more and not having so many roamers upstairs that are just dying. I see y'all purposefully opened the hatch, which means you're probably not going to follow my advice and you're just going to roam again. And if it doesn't work out, then you'll see why I want you to play bakery. Also, if you play VIP in restaurant area right here on the other side of this wall, they can't get this wall open super easily, right? Having a smoke player there like we did when we were on a team would not be a bad idea. I'll skip most of this prep phase stuff. You're on cams in the prep phase, which I really like. If you're a support player and you're not him and you're watching this video, you're not doing anything when you're sitting on site, right? Because if you're a support player, you're probably anchoring. And if you're not doing anything for like the first 30 seconds or minute of the round because your teammates that are roaming are taking most of the gunfights. So the least you could be doing if you're not doing anything is just be on cameras. So I like this. This is really good. He's right, you should always have someone coat. You have no one bakery. Didn't even reinforce the wall, didn't put feed holes here. Bakery control is super important. This is hard to watch. Nothing on you. You should be in sight, but your teammates are not making the right move here. Like, your fucking alibi is prone in sight watching a drone hole right now. What the fuck is he doing? Okay, minute left in the round. One of your roamers died. You still have 2 more, though. You have the Melusi and the Oryx that are not on site right now, which is actually pretty good. I'd imagine they're going to start getting vert here. If they're still trying to clear your roamers out, I would just have one roamer upstairs to make sure they can't get vert, and then your other guy come back to site. Because they have bakery control, you kind of need man count on site. But having that vert, like one guy stay up there so they don't just, like, buck above would actually be pretty good. So your teammates are making the right decision here. You holding this angle is very powerful. I will say, because no one's in bakery, you're exposed to bakery and from the double door when you're in this position. So having your alibi there is really the only thing that's saving your life. And that nitro was not a good nitro. It was good the last round when you did it because you weren't playing underneath it. But keep in mind, you're exposed to 2 angles right now, and you just made a 3rd angle that you can be exposed to, and you know people are upstairs, right? So you're essentially just fucked yourself. You pinned yourself in one corner.
Whiskey double, dead.
Okay, Whiskey double's dead, so you don't have to watch it. You have a teammate in Whiskey, so you don't have to watch the double door. Now you just have to watch the vert, and you have to watch this hole. No reason to swing this hole right now. No reason. You should be on that shield. Even if you do get this kill, which you probably looks like you will, I still wouldn't have swung it. There's 50 seconds left in the round. No reason to give the attackers 1v1, especially if it's a 4v4 and you're on defense. They have 50 seconds to completely turn the tides of a round, which is very hard to do, especially on this site. So I wouldn't have even peeked at all. You do get the kill, though, which is good.
So you got Baker guy?
Yeah, that was big.
This position is just so hard to be in because you're exposed to this angle, the angle to your left, and to this vert. I would play deep kitchen. Personally, that's what I would do. You have the feed holes in case they walk in. You have an Oryx you can swing off of. That's just probably the move here.
Calm down, bro. I'm either hearing you or this
Okay, well, now they bucked it open, so never mind.
Trying to get vert on.
But see, look, like, they're getting vert. They have 30 seconds left. This vert doesn't do shit because he's eventually going to have to come downstairs anyways. This is a great angle. Great angle. You're making the most out of a shitty position with this angle. That's amazing.
Wait. Go in reception. Go in Christmas. No guy cam. Have no cams.
Okay, so now you know there's 2 guys coming to that door. Good rotation. Good rotation. You know no one's on vert because there's 10 seconds left, so you play under the vert. Good game sense.
One dead. That's Zoe. Another one. Another one double.
I like this angle a lot.
Just stay alive. Stay alive.
Yep, just prone. Good. Proning them was smart. You just save your life, and if they try to plant, they have 2 seconds, and you just swing them, right? Good good like indicator of good positioning and game sense right there. You know the objective at the end of the day. They have to plant the bomb or else they lose the round. So you proned and you waited at the timer. That was amazing, right? So I can tell as a player you're very objective oriented in terms of your game sense. This is why you naturally just are really good at the support role. You're more objective oriented. You're not worried about taking space or applying pressure to people, and you're not very gun skill heavy. So playing support is definitely where you belong. I can tell you're kind of the only person on the team that's objective oriented, and you're the only one trying to actually win rounds instead of getting kills, which is why you're the only guy on site and on cams, right? So you definitely are doing your job specifically in this game. I applaud you for that. Other than like the positioning errors right here and the weird nitro, you did pretty well. So there's not really much I can break down from this round specifically. Let's move on to the next round. You're playing Pulse and Reading, I think. Yeah. So Pulse, this is a really high level operator strat to play here. If you don't know, if you've never played co-op before, playing Pulse on Reading is a strat that people do where they just give information to the people who are upstairs, right? So what you'll do is you have a pulse below, and whenever he turns around, I'll show you. You have two people, like typically the Oryx and the Alibi will play up here, and they'll just hold Cocktail, right? They'll just hold Cocktail. They have reinforcements, castle barricades, anything like that, and they'll just hold upstairs. Now your job as the Pulse here is to play in Mining, you play in Train, or you play in Pillar, and you just give pulse scans and information to these two people upstairs so that they know where the attackers are trying to clear them out from, and they have an easier time holding upstairs for longer. Because once these two guys get cleared out or they back off, whatever happens, the people upstairs get Vert, and Vert is very powerful for getting the B site because people will just get open the wall and plant. So your whole job as Pulse is to take control of Pillar, Mining, and Train and give information to your teammates. So knowing that, let's see if you do that correctly. So knowing that you're playing below, you reinforce the hatch. That's good. Oh, okay. So I like the strat. You're seeing if anyone's repelled right here so that your teammate can throw a nitro at the hatch and kill him. That's pretty cool. Instead of being immediately on your pulse scanner, because they're not going to spawn repelled on the wall. They're going to spawn really far away. I would have gotten on cams, and then once you see where they spawn from, then you get on your pulse scanner and have your teammate nitro from there. Because keep in mind, they're not even on the wall right now, right? Because it's only 20 seconds. Now one just repelled. Yeah. That's why getting on cams would have been good there, right? Because then you wouldn't have even wasted your time here. You left. But see, now people are already on that window. I do like the aggression here. Typically, if you're new to comp or whatever, people like to get on this window so that it cuts off all defender rotates whenever they try to go through the hallway. So you playing on this window to try to maybe hold the aggression there so that they can't just take that space for free is really good. You see the drone though, you know that they know you're there, so you leave. Now I would just stay and train.
I'm watching how.
Yeah, they're opening my fucking...
Okay, so they open the wall. I would play behind the red train here and still try to contest the space because you still need to be able to pulse scan above to make sure that, you know, your teammates aren't getting pushed upstairs from people that are in piano. Wow, okay, you just fucking left fireplace. Wow. And you left site? Yikes, okay. That wall should have already been reinforced, so I understand why you're reinforcing that. That makes sense. Is that a drone to your left, or am I tripping? I like this angle. I would have stayed train. I would have stayed train. The reason being, they didn't even hop in Mining yet. All they did was they threw an ace charge on the wall to kind of scare you out of playing in that corner. What you could have done, honestly, is stayed in that corner maybe and swung out once they actually like went into Mining. That wouldn't have been a terrible idea. They didn't have a drone on you because you destroyed the drone. If they did drone you, then you would shoot the drone and still play in train just behind the red train and maybe ask, you know, your Oryx on site for help or something. But giving up all of that space and completely negating the entire pull strategy for this site is really like, it's going to hurt your team in the long run. I guarantee your teammates upstairs are going to die and you're going to get flooded on site. So that's my only qualm with that.
Play your bottom white then. Play your bottom white then.
I knew that was a drone. I fucking knew it.
Any bird control. Okay, they're gonna come in white side.
Yeah, you. What the fuck are you doing?
Knitting top white, shut the mill white.
This is that decisiveness I was talking about, right? You have two strats here. You can either play that punch hole or you can play below. Right now you're watching a white door. If they wanted to take bottom white, it's 2 minutes into the round. They would have done so already, right? And if you wanted to know if they're there or not, you could have played right here and just pulse scanned, right? Or you could have stayed on top white and pulse scanned right here to see if anybody was in the doorway. A pulse scanner has a lot longer range than you think it does, trust me, but this is not doing anything. So I'd imagine you're probably going to go like below and try to nitro. What I would have done done is I would have used that punch hole, gotten a kill, and then ran down, and then played below, right?
I'm watching white.
I cannot
got
see.
R90, yeah.
But
R90.
doing neither and watching a doorway is actually just losing a gun on your team and making it a 3v4 for your teammates.
Nobody R90. Nobody R90.
I understand the reasoning of thinking maybe somebody would walk in the door.
Alright. Okay, in dining, in dining.
Look, decisiveness.
Sludge half on
I'm
top.
gonna go see farm. I'm gonna go see farm.
Wait, hey, launch, rotate.
That's not gonna get a kill. Oh, wow. Okay.
R90. R90.
We need.
He's looking at your red on 4 ping.
We can't win
Please,
around
please,
expecting to sit and train.
Hey, he's looking at your flank. Standing up.
Good kill.
No cams.
You hear a guy droning in train.
One downstairs.
Good pre-fire.
Yeah, no, that's you, wait.
You have a pulse scanner here.
Lem play.
You know one's in train. Nah, reading. Okay. Yeah, what you could have done too when you were going in the 90 hall like that is just quickly pulse scan to the left on reading. Like, let's go back really quick. To about like right here when you kill this ace.
He's looking at your flank.
So when you were in this hallway, you could have just pulse scanned to your left really quick and just seen if anybody was in these corners and reading, because there's like 7 corners in this room that they can play the hallway feed holes with. That's why you make feed holes there, you know, because if you're a defender sitting in here, you have access to the entire hallway. So you could have quickly pulse scanned. Same thing with training. You heard a guy drone in training. You could have quickly pulse scanned that as well. But yeah, just again, the decisiveness, you didn't know whether you should have played the hole or whether you should have played below. And instead of just picking one and sticking to it, you kind of were just indecisive, and that like few seconds of indecisiveness cost your teammate to lose his life. I'm not saying it was your fault, but like there is some stuff you could have done better. But also like thinking about the entire strategy with pulse there is to hold that control and train, and you just gave it up for free. You're doing it again, so let's see if you learn from your mistakes. You're a pretty good player. I'd imagine you probably did. Good drone spot. So okay, prepping the window, not a bad idea, but if you're gonna do it, stick to it and try to run out.
Closet.
Breaks the window to hear the sound cue when they repel. Okay, I like that. Sensor's not doing anything. They're not even there yet. I would just get on cams. Okay, you see one repelling red. There's a call out. Good. Huge. Now, if I were your teammates, I'd just back up and play man count.
Outside mine.
Yeah, there's 2 outside mining. You just got to kill. There's no reason to use that run out that you were just going to do. I really hope you have the game sense to know to just play passive here now.
Is that heaven?
Heaven.
Just a lesson to anybody who's playing the game. If you're on defense and you have man count, just play passive, because attackers have to come to you. Remember that. They have to come to you. If you have man count, just abuse that shit and play passive. The only time you need to swing and get aggressive is when you're down in man count on defense. And it's the complete opposite for attack, right? If you have man count on attack, you need to get aggressive. If you don't have man count on attack, you need to be passive and defensive, and you need to bait kills. You see one's on the window. So now they're probably bound to be above. I would start looking up and seeing if they're in piano on your team yet,
Hold your long angle.
because half the round's gone away.
One dropped red.
Remember, your job is to scan above, not to scan the mining window. You heard one drop pillar. You see you have a teammate in pillar, though, so let's let him handle it. Let's see if you can start scanning above.
Still holding my mine.
Pal.
Okay, they droned you.
I'll tuck right side.
Good pre-fire, good pre-fire.
Not capable of that.
In mining, in my mine.
In mining, good call. You hear the drone under the train. Let's see if you shoot it.
Alex, can you help him?
Ah, this is there.
I like the pixel here.
Octo repel still once again.
Maybe pre-fire the wall to your left. They open that wall.
Can you hit
Maybe
that?
play the corner. Maybe play the corner.
Hit what?
Not a bad idea. There's a drone right there on your right, though. They know you're there.
Alright,
Yeah.
one shot.
Down a lit.
Playing that corner would have been good if you saw the drone and shot it. She's definitely not down. She's just proning, right? 58 seconds, and you still have your nitro and your pulse scanner.
My walk brown, what do you need to hold brown? What do you need to walk?
Play your pulse scanner and just look above for like 2 seconds. As pulse, whenever you pulse scan, you can pulse scan just for a few seconds. You don't need to pulse scan for like 30 seconds at a time. That's what a lot of people have like a misconception about pulse. Instinctively, when they pull out their scanner, they just expect to be like a scanner bot for 30 seconds. You can pull it out and just use it as info for like 3 seconds. Like when I was behind the train and you're not doing anything, you're just holding a passive angle, I would have pulled it out, see if anybody was pushing my teammates above, and if nobody was there, I would immediately take it away and keep holding the angle. Or you could have used that pulse scanner in front of you to see if the guy was prone still. If he was, he might have actually been downed. You could have also seen if he had teammates that were baiting his downed body to see if, like, you know, they were gonna bait you into swinging them. Like, you can use pulse selfishly. You don't have to use him as a team. Like, you don't have to use him for your upstairs teammate. You can use it for kills on yourself. This angle is great because they might come to the hallway.
No, resing.
That was dumb.
Stairs.
CS.
You have a nitro for entry denial as well. Wasting it on a downed person is just not a smart play.
CS.
You have diffuser, I would call that out.
Listen.
No way that gets a kill. Ah, that would have been so cool.
Case mining.
He's gonna go red, right?
75.
You have diffuser, he's gotta go red stairs or mining window. I guarantee you he goes red stairs though. Yeah, red, okay.
No.
This is a good angle.
Bodies, don't throw bodies.
This is an unconventional angle and it's very passive. You have diffuser, so holding a passive angle is amazing. This is good game sense. Your teammates are throwing their fucking lives away. So again, this angle's great. Don't swing. No reason to swing. You hear he's reading? Okay, that's good. Good, you do well. Again, you're very objective oriented. That's why you're good on support. Playing passive there, having diffuser was great. Again, just positional errors and not using your pulse scanner in the right way is what I'm seeing a lot of, like, really the only mistakes is like pulse scanner not using correctly and positioning. So I would honestly try to use pulse in a different way. You're not being effective enough with his pulse scanner. That's really it. Let's see if we can break down another round. You're going kids, so I'd imagine you're going kitchen again. Yep. Yeah, make sure that's reinforced because Zofia opened it last time. Learning from your mistakes, right?
I'm gonna reinforce.
That's better than 80% of the player base who just does the same shit, so good on you. So they have a Valk, and they're gonna have a cam and a pre-placed nitro, so if, you know, he's sitting on site, he's an anchor, right? So he's not doing anything, he might as well get on cams and help his Valkyrie out. So that's actually a really good strat, I like that. Especially because it's third floor, there's no way they're gonna see that nitro coming.
The C4 is right there.
That's a really good C4. So he called out that they hit bakery last time, so having your Wamai play in bakery would be great. It looks like he is, so that's good. At least your teammates are starting to step up a little bit.
Let me know when to blow that C4. Let me know when to blow that
Open
C4.
garage.
Let's see if this works out.
Open
You
garage.
hear them on the roof. I would have called that out. They're opening hatches. He's also calling out, I'm just going to say now, one time, to let you know to blow the nitro right now. Because you can say, like, blow up the nitro, or, like, blow it up. But that takes way longer than just saying the quick now, right? So it gives them more reaction time. But also, if you say now while they're on the nitro, then the information gets sent to the Valk, right? And then the Valk has to process the information and have the reaction time, and then she has to have the time to actually blow up the nitro, and then the nitro actually has to respond to her blowing it up and blow itself up, right? So what you should do is you have the nitro's like right here. Once the guy's like right here and he's running in this direction, that's when I would say now, so that your Valkyrie has the reaction time to blow it up, and by the time that all of that time has gone by and it actually blows up, he would have already ran to right here. That sounds really complicated, but I'll point it out if it happens.
That's me. I can watch your bottom.
There's running it out. He's waiting for him to run in.
I'm gonna drop now. I'm dropping.
That's what I was talking about. See how long it took him to blow up that nitro after he said now? That's why you want to say it whenever he's over here. That way, whenever like the Valkyrie has the reaction time to do it, he's already like ran a little bit. So you know that's exactly what I was talking about. Is you say now before they're actually on the nitro, so that your Valkyrie has the reaction time to blow it up on time. Great example of what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Calling out his ticket.
We go for a second floor with him.
Valkyrie is extremely good on this map. You can hide it in so many places, and because there's so much space that the attackers have to get, that playing Valk is very good. And then having you on the cams all the time is further just milking her value. So you giving these precise callouts is very good of you because you have a guy on white stairs able to kill this kid. So this guy says, or you say alt walking pixel, meaning that he's like slow walking in this pixel area and that he's gonna swing soon. Your Oryx right now should be pre-firing. Your Oryx ran away. That's pretty smart. There's a minute 30 left in the round. You have bakery control. See, the Buck's already gone, so they can't have that coffee angle or the dishes angle, whatever you call this area. So you can sit in here pretty safely. And also, a minute 30 is gone in the round. You have a guy in bakery, so even if they get vert control with their sledge, it's not going to matter, right? I would put a Kate on the wall right now. You're doing it. Good. I would still stay on that cam, though. Stay on that 90 cam in case somebody goes down brown stairs.
So let's stay off cam.
Yeah, they're still third floor. This is really good for you. They have 50 seconds left.
He's on the stairs.
Like, even now, right? There's a white stairs camera. You could be watching the white stairs for your alibi that's in VIP so that he can swing off of your information. There's also a 90 hall camera, right? That's on the reading hallway that I was telling you about earlier that watches the brown stairs. So you can tell your alibi, hey, they're going to flank you from brown stairs, right? You can still be on your cameras right now. You're not getting pressured at all, so there's no reason to not be on cams.
Drop hatch one.
This angle's a bit risky because they could walk in your double door, but you have a guy that's watching it, so not really that big of an issue. You're watching a reinforcement right now, though? Oh, you're watching for the hatch drop. I'm sorry. This is a good angle. Never mind. Good call.
One drop.
Your teammates need to come back to site now because there's 30 seconds left.
There's a vert above. Outside my reception door.
Mia was not going back. He's standing still.
Dead.
Good kill. Good kill.
He's dead.
Outside reception. He's playing you, Alex. He's doing you for desk. By stairs. My reception.
Double bodies. Nice.
Fucking great example of what I was talking about, right? The second that y'all stop having 3 roamers upstairs and you start playing horizontally instead, and even then, you did have a roamer, but he fell back once he was droned. The second y'all start playing like that, you win the round, right? So, like, at a certain point, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you took bakery, you took VIP control, you had alibi in VIP, you had your own Mayan bakery. Even when they did take vert, they only had 30 seconds left, so the vert didn't mean anything, and you won the round because of it. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, great game sense, you were on cameras as well, you get the free nitro kill. Overall, not much I can say that you did wrong there. The angle you were holding that I kind of shat on, I realized you were doing it for the hatch drop, so apologies, that was my fault. But like, great example of why holding horizontal on this site specifically is better than holding vertical. So your teammates actually stepped up and had the game sense there. That was really good. Let's check out next round. Echo, interesting.
Yeah, drone like that.
Third floor though, this is a pretty good echo site. There's a lot of hidden echo cams you can have here, so let's see if you have it to the full advantage.
Where are we putting the shield? You know the guy.
Pixel shield, I like it.
You back that shield up.
Yeah, backing the shield up's good so that he can put a Jaeger ADS right here to cover it. So ADS behind the couch right here or an ADS to the left, either one will cover the shield.
Here, run through this desk.
That is a great echo cam. That is such a good echo camera. Because it's so hidden that even if the attackers do hear it, they won't be able to get it. And the cool thing about Echo, right, his cams aren't invisible anymore, so you can't just stick him anywhere. You actually have to have skill in where you put him, you have to hide him. And with Echo, what you're supposed to do is you have really hidden cameras that watch really specific angles, and then once you need them for plant denial or just to stun players for gunfights, you pop him out, shoot him up, stun him, pop him out, hide him, and then your teammates swing off of the Echo cam stun, right? So that Echo cam is great because it's hidden and you only pop it out when you need it. Let's see where you put the other one.
Add it to his freaking laundry list.
Let's see where you drive it. Okay, that is not bad, right? Because again, it's hidden. The attackers aren't going to be able to shoot it. But if you need it to deny the Shaiko plant, the like super default plant right here, you can pop it out, drive it forward, pop it back up, stun them, right? Or if they push outer bar, you can stun them, and then somebody that's playing like, what is this, cocktail, can easily shoot them. It also helps if somebody tries to Amaru rush this balcony and like try to flash in, you can get the echo cam, pop out, shoot it. So this is a pretty good echo cam as well.
He's gonna go near white window. No, man.
Okay.
Hall or white stairs?
White window's good. I would tell your Oryx to run out the door here, or to run out this window.
White stairs window.
I'm playing below, by the way. I'm playing
Oh, it's a
below.
nomad. Never mind.
Air jump.
He's on. He didn't air jab the door though. He didn't air jab the door.
Not having on the cocktail.
This is a free kill.
Run out of hell.
Exactly. Run out of hell door.
Air jump, wait. Like
You positive? What do you have a ping on him?
he's on drop.
Where? Give me
He's low. He's low on the
a
window.
ping. I need an intel.
So okay, he is on his drone right now, Slay. So even if you red ping him, he's not gonna know, right? So red pinging him for your Oryx so that the Oryx knows exactly where to look when he does run out would be extremely powerful right now.
Cocktail window low.
You do it. Fucking awesome. Good.
He's still there. He's
Oh, he got off drone.
I'll shut him in
So
the face.
wow. Siege timing, man. Siege timing. Unlucky.
See us on that 4 ping. See us on this.
There's south stage repel.
Don't swing, don't swing, don't swing.
Good
Don't
call.
swing, he's on that
You
high.
hear when repelled?
Let me know if he gets
You
me.
hear one repelled on your heaven window, so I would tell your teammate that's on stack just top white, like, hey, I have an echo cam here. Once he hops in, I'm gonna stun him, just swing him. Or you tell your Valkyrie who's below to like, you know, have an angle that watches this after you shoot him with your echo cam,
Let
right?
me know if he gets on.
Because if you're just using your echo cams for information, you might as well play Valkyrie, but you need to be using your echo cams to stun people.
Yeah, back on south again.
Are you positive?
He went up to the roof.
Either on south or he's on the bakery.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, because I don't know. New. Oh my god.
Okay, 3v5, get aggressive. Swing new. I would swing new right now.
Run out going cocktail.
Yeah, like I said, man, if you're down man advantage in defense, you need to be swinging and isolating 1v1s and getting aggressive to even the man count out. You know no one's on the window to your right because he just repelled up to the roof, so swinging new balcony would have been amazing, especially because you have a cocktail echo that could have easily just stunned him and then you get a free kill. Like that would have been peak.
Cocktail.
Your teammate loses the 1v1,
I don't know how we let this man just do that, man.
and then you probably lose around here.
Blackbeard going pixel. Nice.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
Wanna go in Shaiko. Wanna go in Shaiko. One in heaven.
If you're ever in like a down man count situation and they kind of have sight here, just specifically for this site, what you need to do as somebody who's trying to clutch is regain piano control. piano is probably the number one place that you need to have control of in order to win rounds on defense. Because if they have piano control, they have the wall open to sight, they have the wall open to bar, they have bathroom control, they have white control, and all you can do is sit in cocktail, right? But now they're on this window, they're here, you can't sit in cocktail. So as the Oryx, I would try to go through piano here, maybe flank. Let's see if he does that. He's in a gunfight with cocktail.
Behind C3.
Three, planting?
Heaven and then shot the
Rush.
I don't like that he's going white here. He should be piano flanking. They're both outer bar. They're both outer bar. This is so free for him. Good. Good. See this echo cam.
Nice!
Look at that!
No way!
Holy shit!
Fucking go, Alex! Holy shit!
Oh my god! Wow!
Another one for the
And I guarantee you he would not have won that if it were not for this echo cam. Guarantee it.
Go!
Jesus Christ.
Hey, we're not fucking out of this game!
That is why echo cams are really good if you know how to play him correctly. Echo probably is one of the hardest defenders to play properly at all, right? But if you know how to play him, very powerful, especially for sites like this, where they have to kind of get the bomb down the win. You're going kitchen again?
Good shit, Alex.
So,
Holy.
again, just play bakery, play VIP, extend horizontally, maybe have one or two guys upstairs, and you should win. Because these guys are not changing their attack. They're just full flooding upstairs with maybe one guy that goes bakery door that doesn't even stick to it, right?
Yeah,
Outside of white buck.
You got that, Alex? Hold that.
I mean,
Okay, it might be a horizontal push here.
Yeah, they're dual jumping crap. They want this.
Okay, what I would do right now, you have two guys in sight. They're heavily pushing horizontal right now because they learned their lesson from last time. So I would call it like at least one guy needs to come back to sight now, or you need to have somebody coat check like right now.
Yeah.
No, they don't jump.
Rush on.
They're already getting prep wall open. Like you need to have a teammate back right now.
They're doing a bakery thing.
I would keep playing the shield though,
Window, I need someone to come
because that's gonna slow down their rush so much.
I'm here. Me out, help him. Me out, help him. Me out, help him, run.
No reason to peek. Just keep playing the shield. Why would you fall off the shield?
fire's already there.
No reason.
Fire.
Okay, fire's on it. That's fine.
For Alex.
Fires?
Alex, I'm coming. I'm
They're not even in bake. You could easily retake that right now. No, the wall's open. Never mind. You can't. That was a dumb idea. Sorry. Once a minute, like only a minute is left in the round, I would rotate back. Having two people upstairs right now is not bad because they do have a buck, so they might rotate their push to upstairs. But if there's a minute left and they still haven't done that, fuck it. Just let them have upstairs. Yeah, just keep watching the bait cam because nobody's there.
Yeah, in bake, so. Zone bake.
That's why you watch the cam, right? No one's on the shield. I would play the shield here.
Walk down, but you're good.
Shields are so powerful at slowing down attacker rushes because as an attacker, you're always going to assume that someone's behind a shield, right? So they're going to waste time and utility trying to pre-fire it, trying to use utility to destroy it. So playing off of it would not be a bad idea. Or you could do what you're doing right now, which is just baiting the shield. Once they get close to it and they try to get it with, you know, utility, you swing off of it.
Bake,
He
keep bake.
goes not reinforced. He goes not reinforced.
They missed the grenade.
Do bake.
Yeah, at least
That's one. That's one break. Another one. Right. Ransom coat.
I like this angle.
they're opening red, opening red.
This angle is great. They didn't even fully get the wall open. This is huge.
45, I'm popping the red Goya.
Okay, they see you.
Do you want me to code head holes from above with
One in coat.
I would do what you're doing, which is still staying in this corner. Just move your position a bit. Good game sense. You did exactly what I'm saying. But you know, this is good. It's good because they can't even go on this wall, and they have to come in prep, right? So staying here doesn't really matter. You have two people watching prep. But also, if they do end up getting this wall open, you can still play close and swing if you need to, if your teammates die upstairs and you need to get man count back. And also, there's 50 seconds, right? So they eventually have to flood prep, or the double door here. This is a good nitro. They shot it, unfortunate.
That's nice.
This angle is great.
One crap, dead.
Good fucking kill.
Nice, Sarah prep.
One coat. I'm gonna rotate.
the other one's
Now walk.
Fire, are you holding my holes?
No.
No reason to hold the holes. No reason. The wall's not open. He can't hop in.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Yana's coat.
Push. He went right. He's red hole. Red hole.
Man.
I'm popping the second.
One crap.
Can't walk in whiskey double.
Yep, there's one on my
Okay,
holes.
so right now, they're shooting you. And they're nading you, so they know you're there. I would leave. Because they're not in prep. You have a guy watching it right now, right? You did see a guy, but I think he backed out and you hear him on your right anyways. They know you're there. They droned you. They naded you. They pre-fired you. So I would leave.
They naded me.
Yeah,
Again.
okay.
What already?
So, I mean, unfortunately, like, you do have to leave there. You did try to leave, but you tried to leave way too late. The second you see them trying to pre-fire you, and because you know they droned you earlier, they know you're there. So you have two options, right? You can either swing this wall right here and try to get a kill on the player, or you could just keep watching prep and maybe try to dodge the nade a little bit, and just like probably die anyways, right? So out of the two options, the best one would be to swing the guy here, because at least then you have a chance of surviving and winning the gunfight. If you sit here, you don't have a chance, right? And I could tell that you knew that, and that's why you tried to swing right after you got naded, but you realized it a little bit too late. Again, just decisiveness and decision making. But swinging him there would have been the best idea. You tried to do it, unfortunately it didn't work. But yeah, you know, just decisiveness, reaction time. Now they're getting the wall open. Why the fuck is your Oryx on white stairs? Why is your Oryx on white stairs right now? Why? Why is he not? You know there's a guy in coat check and the other one is bakery. Why the fuck are you on white stairs? Oh, this guy. Why? He just wants to bait for the retake.
No.
So weird. Why are you on white stairs? That's pretty much it for the entire VOD review. That was all the rounds. Again, I think the number one thing you need to work on, Slay, is honestly decision making. And mechanics wouldn't hurt either, but don't use me saying that you need to work on your mechanics as an excuse to just work on your mechanics, right? Because I know it sucks to work on game sense. It's a really hard thing to kind of hash out. That used to be what I did too. I would just be like, oh, my mechanics are the worst thing, so I would just practice my mechanics. Everybody does that though, right? Just decision making. Most of the time, your ideas in your head are the right thing to do, but a lot of times you hesitate because you want to win the round. I understand that mindset, but at a certain point, you just have to stick with the decision, right? Because making the wrong decision is infinitely better than not making a decision at all. That's a mantra that I fucking live by even outside of video games, right? So I just understand that. Most of the time, you're fucking solid, dude. Especially from the time that I played with you last as a support player, you have definitely improved. For sure. Like, there wasn't much I could really pick apart at here in terms of your individual gameplay. As a team, there's so much shit I could pick apart, but even then, you're probably the most solid one on the team. So, like, honestly, dude, this is probably, you're probably the best player I have coached, being that I've only coached 2 players, but, like, seriously, you're doing really well for yourself, man, and I hope to see nothing but success in your future, being that, you know, we've had a history and stuff. But for the people that aren't Slay, that are actually watching this, just trying to get better, if you want your VOD to be reviewed, again, Discord server down below, I will coach you for free. I get paid to make content, and I get paid to play the game, and I'm willing to coach you for free. You might as well do it. I'm willing to coach every single platform, whether it be clips, whether it be entire games. I don't give a fuck. Send me a clip, and I'll coach you for free. With that being said, that's pretty much it for the video. If you want to get better at the Gamer vs Siege, I don't just coach, I also make entire full-length videos and guides. So sub to the channel down below. Like the video if you liked it. Sorry for my voice, I have allergies. My name's Alka, and I will see you in the next one. Later.